Shalom. And I want to start off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachach Chodesh. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles, and elders, the great millstone, and salutations to Akim that's out there listening, pushing forward this word with truth and sincerity, and your few Akwat as well, that's listening with sincerity. I'm the brother Maketh from the camp, GMS Montreal, coming back with another lesson, and we're going to jump straight into it with Proverbs 13 and verse 7. It says, "There is that maketh himself rich, yet hath nothing. There is that maketh himself poor, yet hath great riches." And that's a fact, okay? Because to put in perspective, to acquire the riches of this world, you have to give up your morals. You have to tap into the left hand, okay? And then when you acquire those riches, you reach that certain level, you're basically gonna lose everything in the process. Not speaking about the vain things that you have acquired along down the road, but your sense of integrity. You're gonna lose your spirit. Okay, you're gonna lose close ones, things of that nature, right? Furthermore, you don't have the truth with you. So really, all that material things that you've acquired to get those riches, and at the end of the day, your spirit will be tainted. Okay, in comparison to, like I said, yet, and there is that maketh itself poor, yet had great riches, because applying it to this truth, right? We know that, brothers give up opportunities, give up certain things that, certain dreams that they had in the world in order to come and serve the Lord, right? So that way they may acquire those infinite riches, that infinite glory. You see? You know what I'm saying? Having this truth, man, hey, you're beyond rich, man. You know what I'm saying? You're having this truth, man, and if you hold on this truth until the end, you're one of the wealthiest persons on the earth. Okay? Because in the kingdom of heaven, the elect will be the most wealthy people on the planet Earth, man. You know what I'm saying? And it starts right now with you having this truth. Okay, like Yahushua, in Revelation, the 2nd chapter, Yahushua said to one of the churches, it was the church in Smyrna, which we use this here to, we use this precept, whenever we go into this topic right here that I'm going into, to prove how that, we might be poor, to the physical eye, but in the spirit, man, we're gajillionaires, man. You know what I'm saying? Very wealthy. Having a peace of mind, man, knowing who you are, knowing your power, man, that's so, man, multitude of riches. Knowing these breakdowns, man. Come on, knowing the future, what's going to happen in the future. You know what I'm saying? You're beyond rich, man. This is Revelation 2 and verse 9. It says, "I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemies of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan." Right? So the Lord was saying this to this church of Smyrna. But regardless, once again, we use this today because we're coming in the same stead, right? Brothers are not, very wealthy, super wealthy, things of that nature. Like, we make 6-figure jobs. I said not make 6-figure jobs, have 6-figure jobs, things of that nature. We're just normal civilians. There's some brothers, that the Lord has put them in, in a high position, because that's their lot, because they can handle that. Furthermore, they use those resources that they have acquired to help the ministry. That's their lot. But regardless, mass majority of brothers, we're just normal guys, man, that might be working minimum wage or, I'm saying, working and living from paycheck to paycheck, right? That would be, considered as, poor man. But what yet we're rich in spirit. I'm saying? We have this truth, man, where we're tapped into the infinite wisdom of the Heavenly Father. Okay? That's beyond anything that this world could offer us. You know what I'm saying? Any amount of money that this world could offer us cannot compare to the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the Lord, man. Okay? Oh, Proverbs goes into how that wisdom is like, it's better than rubies, better than gold, things of that nature. Yeah, right here. Proverbs 3 and verse 13. It says, happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. Yeah, that's a fact. And indeed, the elect are happy, man. Once again, to the naked eye, they might seem poor, they might seem bums, like these false camps, are calling our apostles and elders and us that were the bum camp. Hey, but what? We're happy, nigga. You know what I'm saying? We're happy. Okay, we have a peace of mind, man. Like Yahushua said, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free, man. We're free. Okay, our mind is in the heavens. Okay? We're not concerned with these earthly matters. Okay, it's all vain. The fashion of this world is going to pass away at the end of the day. So what's the point of you focusing your mind on the riches of this world, man? Because really, you're investing in the stock that's the vanity, and at the end of the day, you're going to have nothing. Like it says, there is he that acquireth riches and yet hath nothing. He's not fulfilled. Continuing on, it says, verse 14, for the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her. You see, anything you could think of that you're desirous to have cannot be compared to wisdom, to this truth, man. That's why that parable that Yahushua said, that the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant looking goodly pearls. Once he had found that pearl of a great price, he sold all that he had to buy that one pearl, man, which is this truth, man. Okay, so brothers have sacrificed everything on this side, man, in order to acquire this wisdom. Because we know at the end of the day, the Lord's not going to forget our labor of love towards him, but rather what? He's going to reward us. Just like he told Peter and the disciples, because you have forsaken house, brethren, and sister to follow me. Hey, I'm going to give you tenfold in the kingdom. And you're going to judge over the nations, over the 12 tribes, also the other nations too. You know? You know what I'm saying? So, hey, we're beyond wealthy, man. We're beyond wealthy. Well, it says a little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. Let's get that quickly. Okay? So, fuck them. Fuck these people of this world, man, that think that they're making it with their riches, their so-called riches. Which really, like it says, we're going to get that one in Proverbs 2. How that riches make it themselves wings, they fly away. We'll get that one as well. This is Psalms 37. In verse 16, it says, a little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. And that's a fact. Okay, the little that we have, the mere needs, the Lord feeding us, having a house over our head, or bills being paid, it's better than the riches of many wicked, because what? We have this truth, man. Okay? So let's get this in Proverbs. Riches make it themselves wings. All right? Because, riches are here one day, and then one day, hey, something happens to the economy. It's gone. The value of whatever that you had in your bank account is just plummeted, and then now you're through. You know what I'm saying? So this is Proverbs 23 and verse 4. Labor not to be rich. Cease from thy own wisdom. It says, will thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wing. They fly away as an eagle towards heaven. That's a fact. Okay? Well, riches, they make themselves wings. They fly away towards heaven. Especially in this rulership, in this wicked system where the riches are corrupted. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Here it is, you have a currency that's backed by nothing. It's just backed by the faith that the people put in it. Of course, whenever something happens where the economy plummets, hey, your riches are going to fly quickly, man. They're not even going to fly. They're going to teleport, man, nigga. Okay? You're going to say, oh, shit, that 10K that I had in my bank account, or 100K, whatever amount for a rainy day. Now, the only thing I could buy with it is a loaf of bread. I'm fucking through. You see? But for those that have those true riches, those spiritual riches, man, hey, that's gonna stay with you. It ain't gonna fly. That it's a sure thing. It's a sure it's sure riches. Okay? Yeah, I'm saying we might be poor to the naked eye, but while we're rich in spirit, we're investing in things above. We're putting our treasures in heaven, that spiritual bank account that we're gonna be able to withdraw from when all hell breaks loose, man. You know? Yeah, I'm saying? So, yo, come on, man. We're better off than these people, man. Esau can't offer a shit to give up this truth, man. Those that's actually of the elect, Abarathas, that we be part of that number. I be part of that number. Yeah, I'm saying? Esau cannot bribe us and say, oh, yo, forsake this truth, man. I'm going to give you, gives you a blank paper. You write the amount of number that you want. Nah, man, that ain't going to work with us, man, because we understand that forsaking this truth, trying to save our life, that's us losing it. Okay? Because once again, in order for you to acquire riches of this world, man, there's a process to it. You have to tap into the left end. Okay? You have to taint yourself. That's why when we read, there is that required the riches and yet hath nothing, because what in that process of him acquiring those riches, all his morality, his integrity, everything, he lost that on the road, man. Now he's just through. He has the riches to try to cope, but it ain't working. Look at the celebrities, man. You know, these Jake celebrities that sold out, and now their life is through, hooked up on drugs. You know what I'm saying? Their kids, they sacrificed them, and now they turn their kids to flamers. Like, come on, man. They ain't happy. You know, when the camera's on, they pretend to be happy, but deep down, man, they ain't whole, man. Okay. So this is Matthew 16 and verse 25. It says, "For whoso will save his life shall lose it. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it." That's a fact. That's why we presented our bodies as a living sacrifice, which is acceptable to the Lord, and forsook everything. Because what? That's how we find our life. By coming to serve the Lord, acknowledging that He's the power. Whatever He says goes. That's a fact. But if you try to rebel against that and try to save your own life, then you're gonna lose it, man. You will lose it. Okay, verse 26, it says, For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? You see, in the process of you trying to gain the whole world, man, you're going to lose your own soul, man. You have to bow down, man. You have to bow down to Satan and acknowledge him as your power. Okay, you cannot obtain a certain level of status in this world without worshiping Satan, man. You can't make it up to a certain level in this world without tapping into the left, man. That's the only way people get promoted here, man, by tapping into the left. And when you understand that, of course, you're going to view that as filthiness and be like, I'm good, bro. I'm going to go the organic way, go the righteous way, and I know the Lord's going to set me up. Fuck all that. Because we ain't here to be rich. We ain't here to be famous. We're here to serve the Lord and push forth the word. Okay? And then once that's done, once we fulfill our mission, then we're going to be rich. Then we're going to be famous. Then we're going to have, however amount of woman you want, man. Okay? We're not here to seek our consolation, man. Okay? Let these people enjoy their consolation that they have. Fuck them. The consolation that they have received has an expiry date. But for the elect, our consolation will not have an expiry date. That's why, he that is poor, there is that maketh itself poor, yet hath. Let's get it again, man. There is that maketh itself poor, yet hath a lot. Roughly paraphrasing. Back to Proverbs 13 and verse 7. There is that maketh himself rich, yet hath nothing. There is that maketh himself poor, yet hath great riches. Yeah, we're making ourselves poor, but what? We're gonna have great riches, man. Wealthy, nobility, aristocrats in the kingdom to come, man. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't stressing, we ain't panicking. At the end of the day, we know the Lord's gonna take care of us as long as we do our part, and that we will be rewarded, man. And that's a fact. Doth saith the scripture. So, hey, man, I'm going to close it off there by giving you all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachach, Kodash. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Until next time, I'm going to say shalom.